welcome to the 48th Varsity Quiz Championship. Now, all season long, the best and the brightest high school students in Clark County have been matching wits in this unique academic competition. During the season, we had 24 high school teams competing in our 4 regular divisions. Shadow Ridge won the regular division title earlier this year. Now, in the 2 ultra-competitive divisions, 8 out of the 14 teams made it to the playoffs here at Vegas PBS, and now we're down to the final 2, Clark and Coronado. Now, Clark was undefeated, finishing in first place in the West Division. With 1 loss, Coronado finished first in the East Division. And based on their performances in postseason play, we're expecting an exciting game. Now, Coronado came out on top to win VQ's 47th season. Let's see what happens tonight. One more reminder, students. What were we just talking about before we started recording? You got to speak up when you give the answer loudly so the folks on the other side of the studio can hear you. The microphones will pick it up for the folks at home, but you got to speak up here. Let's meet our players, starting with Clark, 9th grader, Ishan Vakil. Hi, Ishan.
Hi, Nate.
Glad to have you here. Good luck tonight. 11th grader, Noah Cahill. Hi, Noah.
Hey, Nate.
Glad to have you back. Senior, Lyle Carrera. Hey, Lyle.
Good to see you.
Glad to have you here. 9th grader, Alex Bean. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Nate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the team from Clark. Now let's meet our players from Coronado, starting with 11th grader. Make that Tyler Jarley. What grade are you in?
I'm 11th grader.
11th grader, very good. And we have Akira Stevens, a senior. Hi, Akira.
Hi, how are you?
I'm mostly sunny, but you knew that. Glad you're here. There's Tim Gutterman, 11th grader. Hi, Tim.
Hello again, Nate.
Glad to have you here. And Brandon Alvarez, nice to have you here.
Hello.
That's the team from Coronado. We're going to get to know more about these sharp young men and women at the end of our first round, but right now, let's get right into Varsity Quiz. Starting with this question. The driving of the Golden Spike marked the completion, and that'll be Coronado, Tim.
Intercontinental Railroad.
That's incorrect. The Transcontinental Railway in 1869 that connected Sacramento, California with what city in Nebraska? And that is Clark. Noah?
Omaha.
Yes. Next question. In 2017, construction resumed on the Dakota Access Pipeline after the Trump administration granted an easement for the pipeline company to drill beneath what river? That is Clark. Noah?
Missouri.
Yes. Here's a math question. For a circular lake with a diameter of 2 miles to the nearest 100th of a mile, how much shorter is it to boat directly across the lake than to walk around its shore to that same point? Repeating, a circular lake, and that'll be Coronado. Tyler?
2.14 miles.
That is incorrect. Repeating, the circular lake, diameter 2 miles to the nearest 100th mile, how much shorter is it to boat directly across the lake than to walk around its shore to the same point? And that's Clark. Noah?
0.56.
Incorrect. We were looking for 1.14. So we move to the next question. The term copper comes from the Latin word cuprum, which indicates an ancient source on what Mediterranean island? Coronado, Tim?
Cyprus.
Yes. The beginning of this sonnet uses which 2 literary devices? Shall I compare thee to a winter's night? Like icy snow, the blistering winds doth blow. Thou art just as cruel and filled with spite. Coronado, Brandon?
Simile and personification.
And that's incorrect. Clark, Lyle?
Simile and metaphor?
Yes. Okay, next question. Light shining through the ripples of a ripple tank onto a white surface below will cast darker and lighter spots on that surface as the result of what phenomenon? Clark, Noah?
Diffraction.
Yes. The title of John Gunther's book, Death Be Not Proud, was taken from the first line of Holy Sonnet 10 by what English? And that is Clark, Ishan.
Dawn.
Yes. The submersion of land areas along a seashore by seawater that is significantly above normal tide action is called what kind of, Clark, Lyle?
Flooding.
That's incorrect. Coronado, Tim?
Subduction.
No, it's called coastal flooding. Next question. What kind of dictionary emphasizes the origin and historical development? Coronado, Tim?
Etymological.
Yes. Wittenberg, Germany is associated with the dawn of what period of European history? Clark, Ishan?
The Enlightenment.
Incorrect. Coronado, Tim?
The Renaissance.
No, we were looking for the Reformation. In politics, a response to offset negative publicity that might arise from a controversial remark or evidence of a scandal is called what kind of control? Clark, Lyle?
Damage control.
Yes. Next question. Because the author mentions Coney Island, the gift of the Magi must be set in what borough of New York City? Clark, Noah?
Brooklyn.
Yes. Name the insulated vessel for measuring the amount of heat generated by a chemical or physical change. Coronado, Tim?
Thermometer.
No. Clark, Lyle?
A vacuum thermometer.
No, it is a calorimeter. 100 years before the Declaration of Independence, what rebellion occurred in Virginia? Coronado, Brandon?
Bacon's Rebellion.
Yes. Name the most powerful ministry in George Orwell's 1984. Coronado, Tim?
Ministry of Truth.
Yes. Teamsters Union President Jimmy Hoffa was last seen in an affluent suburb of what? Clark, Noah?
Detroit.
Yes. Peter the Great, Catherine the Great, and Alexander the First were all members of Coronado, Tim?
The Bolsheviks.
No. Members of what Russian dynasty? Clark, Ishan?
The Romanovs.
Yes. What Renaissance period in American culture is named for an Upper Manhattan neighborhood? Clark, Lyle?
The Harlem Renaissance.
Yes. Next is a math question. The domain of the following function is all real numbers except which one? F of x equals the quantity x plus 3 over the quantity x minus 2. Coronado, Tim?
2.
Yes. According to Anasazi legend, who's the little hunchback man who travels from village to village with a flute and whose music makes the corn... Coronado, Brandon?
Zizix.
No, makes the corn grow? Clark, Ishan?
The Rain Man.
No, it's the Kokopelli. Let's clear his button. And the next question. Due to their shapes and the material that forms them, the Line Islands of the Pacific and the Maldives of the Indian Ocean are what kind of islands? Coronado, Tyler?
Archipelago.
No? Clark, Lyle?
The volcanic islands.
No, they are atolls. Hand, shadow, stop action, and marionette. Clark, Lyle?
Animation.
No, are terms for objects manipulated by performers involved in what art form? Coronado, Brandon?
Puppetry.
Yes. What toad that produces a deadly toxin was introduced to Australia in 1935 and has since become a devastating pest that competes with native insectivores? Clark, Noah?
Bullfrog.
No? Coronado, Tim?
Horned.
No, it is the cane toad. Someone who's thrifty with small expenditures yet careless with large ones is said to be penny wise and... Clark, Ishan?
Pound Foolish.
Yes. In 1847, what West African nation became the first? Clark, Noah?
Liberia.
Yes. So that's all of our questions for the first round. Let's get to know our players a little bit more. Starting with Clark, the 9th grader, Ishan Vakil. Hey, Ishan, welcome back.
Hi, Nate.
I wanted to ask you about something you wrote down here about what kind of rap music you like to listen to.
Yes, I actually listen to Italian rap music.
Is there such a thing?
It does indeed exist. I was surprised when I found it.
And do you understand it?
It depends.
Okay, but you just like the sound of it?
Yes, I do.
Well, keep digging the Italian rap music there, Ishan, and good luck here on Varsity Quiz. 11th grader Noah Cahill. Noah, good to see you again.
How's it going, Nate?
Well, as you know, mostly sunny.
Mostly cloudy for me.
Tell me about your Eagle Scout project.
We did this one last year.
That's okay. Well, tell us about it again.
Hey, well, I could do something different. I got my Eagle Scout award in August 2015. It's like a year and a half past, but...
Oh, do you have something else you'd like to talk about, Noah? We don't have all the time in the world.
Go to hobbies. I mean...
Okay, baseball, piano, and church basketball.
Oh, yep, church basketball. We have a league in our stake. I'm a point guard. I have a high arcing shot. I'm not going to say I'm Steph Curry, but my three-point average is pretty good. So.
Okay, thank you, Noah. Moving on to senior Lyle Carrera. Hey, Lyle.
Hey, good to see you.
Great seeing you. You won something, a book prize?
Yes, I won. I'm honored to say that I won last year the Harvard Book Prize, which was awarded by the Harvard Club of Nevada, which is basically an alumnus association in the state of Nevada, based on my academics and community service.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nate.
And good luck on the rest of Varsity Quiz.
Thank you.
9th grader Alex Bean. You like to do Rubik's Cubes, right?
Sometimes.
Do you have a record for the fastest you've ever done it, or?
I do, but I forgot it.
It was very fast.
It's I don't know.
Under 10 seconds?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
wish. It's been a
Well,
while.
keep working on the Rubik's Cube, and good luck with Varsity Quiz. Alex, it's good to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, the students from Clark High School. Now let's meet our players from Coronado, starting with the junior, Tyler Jarley. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Nate.
Tell me about playing guitar.
Oh, yeah. I play at in the intermediate ensemble at our school. So, yeah.
Is it mostly Spanish music, or is it any kind of music?
Just any kind of music.
Okay. Well, good luck with that, and good
Thank
luck
you.
here tonight. 12th grader Akira Stevens. Hi, Akira.
Hi.
Nice to have you back again.
It's good to be back.
It says you have done some volunteering with Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah, I'm the vice president of our Habitat for Humanity Club at school, and we go and we work at their store, and we also build houses for those who don't have any.
That's wonderful. Keep up the good work, and good luck
Thank
here
you.
on the Varsity
Thank you very
Quiz.
much.
Junior Tim Gutterman. Hey, Tim.
Hello.
Good to see you again. Now, I think we've talked about this before, but I hope you don't mind talking more about it, because sometimes folks don't watch all of our shows, because I really enjoyed your explanation of bistromathics.
Yeah.
What is that?
Bistromathics. It's a branch of probability dealing with what goes on in restaurants, because for people that haven't seen the first playoff game, restaurants are the most volatile and unpredictable places in the known universe. So,
there's a science now.
yes, bistromathics.
And you're the master? Or you're studying it?
I'm just a pupil.
Okay.
I'm not the master.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Good luck here tonight on Varsity Quiz.
Thank you.
11th grader Brandon Alvarez. Brandon.
Hello.
Welcome back. You also do Taekwondo?
I do.
How long you been doing that?
Not very long.
So I would be okay if I got you really mad at me. You couldn't beat me up too bad?
I wouldn't want to.
Okay, I appreciate that. Brandon, good luck with that.
Thank you.
And good luck with Varsity Quiz. All right, now round 2 of tonight's match is going to start right after we take a quick review of the Varsity Quiz rules. Our Varsity Quiz match consists of 3 rounds. Each question is worth 5 points. The first round has 25 toss-up questions. The second round, that's the bonus round, and it is timed. The team correctly answering the toss-up question will have the opportunity to then answer a 2-part bonus question worth 10 points. The final round, that's the lightning round. It is also timed. Score at the end of the first round of the championship match, Clark with 60 points to Coronado's 30. One new player for Clark. It is senior Antoinette Figueroa. Hi, Antoinette.
Hi.
Good to have you here. Welcome back. Elizabeth I ruled England as the last Tudor after succeeding her half-sister to the throne. Who was Coronado, Tim?
Mary.
No, who was Elizabeth's mother? Clark Eshan.
Anne Boleyn.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Clark only. Answer the following associated with English queens. First, identify the Queen of England who said, "When I am dead and opened, you shall find Calais lying in my heart." She served as queen from 1553 to 1558. Second, name the woman who was co-ruler of England with her husband, William III, from 1689 to 1694.
The second one is Mary II. The first one, try Eleanor of Aquitaine. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Or the first one, try Eleanor of Aquitaine.
For the first, Eleanor of Aquitaine. For the second, Mary II.
The second one is correct. The first one was Mary I.
Oh.
So some bonus points. And this question now for both teams. What color of red that exists outside of the visible colors of the Coronado, Tim?
Infrared.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Coronado only. Answer the following science questions. First, chlorofluorocarbons were originally developed as a substitute for what pungent gas formerly used in refrigeration systems? Second, what kind of planes are expansive, flat erosion surfaces?
First one. What's the first one?
That's all I can think of.
What is that?
Plateaus. Yeah.
And the first one's neon?
I don't know.
I think so. Okay.
Captain?
For the first, oxygen. For the second, plateaus.
Both are incorrect. We were looking for ammonia and pennyplanes. Next question for both teams. Name the English mathematician and inventor who created the first mechanical computer, which proved to be Clark, Noah?
Babbage.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Clark only. Answer the following associated with inventions. First, name the invention by Whitcomb Judson, known as the clasp locker, that had its public debut at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, but met with little commercial success early on. Second, name the man who discovered a new way to flash freeze foods that marked the beginning of the frozen food industry.
I don't know the second one. The first one, I think it might be the zipper. Yeah, okay.
Perry for the second one.
For the first, zipper. For the second, Mr. Hungry Man.
The zipper part is correct. The frozen food founder was Clarence Birdseye. Next question for both teams. Name the modern musical that was inspired by the 1998 play The Man Who Was Peter Pan by Alan Nee. Now, there was a 2004 movie. Clark, Lyle?
Hook.
Nope. A 2004 movie, the same name, was nominated for a Best Picture, and that's Coronado. Akira?
Neverland?
Judges? No, we were looking for Finding Neverland. Next question for both teams. Project Midas, a UK-based Antarctic research project studying the Larsen C ice shelf in West Antarctica. Well, it's recently reported that a large portion of ice could separate from the shelf and form an iceberg the size of Delaware. What's the term for this, Coronado Tim?
A glacier?
No, for this separating. Clark, Ishan.
Calving.
Yes. Bonus questions for Clark only. Answer the following associated with icebergs. What tragedy led to the formation of the International Ice Patrol? Second, icebergs appear white because sunlight doesn't penetrate icebergs' ice very far due to the presence of what's frozen in the ice?
Air.
Try CO2.
Yeah,
No, or
CO2.
air, CO2. I think I'm okay.
For the first, the Titanic tragedy. For the second, air bubbles.
I think both are correct. Yes, you've got bonus points. Next for both teams is a math question. Simplify this expression. The quantity 2n plus 2 factorial divided by 2n factorial. Clark, Lyle?
4n squared plus 2n.
Judges, I'm not sure if that's correct. They're looking it over. Incorrect. That is Coronado. Tyler?
4n squared plus 4 factorial.
No, we were looking for the quantity 2n plus 1 times the quantity 2n plus 2. Next question for both teams. What endocrine gland in the abdomen produces hormones that can either raise or lower blood sugar levels? Coronado, Tim.
Pancreas?
Yes. Bonus questions now for Coronado only. Answer the following associated with the pancreas. First, name the hormone that the pancreas produces. Second, the pancreatic islets or islets of blank are the regions of the pancreas that contain its hormone-producing cells.
Glands?
Islets of what?
It is a gland, so islets of...
Glandular epithelial.
Captain.
For the first, insulin, or the second, glandular epithelial.
First one is correct. The second one is the islets of Langerhans. So some bonus points. And this question for both teams. Name the economic policy of the major trading nations from the 16th to the Coronado. Tim?
Mercantilism?
Yes. Bonus questions now for Coronado only. Answer the following associated with economics. First, name the economic theory that states that the less the government is involved in
Laissez-faire.
free market capitalism, the better off business will be, and then by extension, society as a whole. Second, name the 2005 book by economist Stephen Levitt and journalist Stephen J. Dubner that's been described as combining pop culture with economics.
Freakonomics?
Freakonomics.
Yeah.
Freakonomics.
Yep.
Okay. For the first, laissez-faire, or the second, freakonomics.
Both are correct. You got bonus points. This question for both teams. Spain began its transition from dictatorship to democracy with the death of Francisco Franco. That is Coronado. Brandon?
West Sahara.
No, with the death of Francisco Franco and whose succession to the Spanish throne? Clark, Ishan?
Juan Carlos II.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Clark only. Answer the following associated with world history. First, beginning around 8700 BC, and for about 5,000 years, what was the only metal known to humans? Second, in 1964, Malta achieved its independence from what European nation?
Second one's the UK.
Yeah.
The first one, I think it's like
Iron.
copper, maybe, because like bronze and brass and. No, it's not iron. Iron one discovered in Roman times.
Bronze?
Copper.
For the first, copper. For the second, the United Kingdom.
Both are correct. You got bonus points. We're out of time. Before we move on to our speed round, we want to give a shout out to our Varsity Quiz coaches. Now, we do think of our students as really the heart and soul of Varsity Quiz, but the coaches are kind of like the backbone of the program. They're working with our students week after week, long before they ever get here, and they put in a lot of time and effort to make Varsity Quiz a success. Let's meet our coaches. For Clark, Chuck Bean. Coronado's coach, Matt Aberman. At the end of our second round, Clark is up to 110 points to Coronado's 60. If you've watched Varsity Quiz at all, you know anything can happen in our speed round. Before we get there, we have two new players for Clark. We have senior Angelo Robledo. Hey, Angelo.
Hi, Nate.
Glad to have you here. Good luck. Also on Clark's team is senior Joseph Rios. Hey, Joseph.
Howdy.
I dig the bow tie.
Thanks.
Good luck. No changes on the Coronado team, so now let's begin our speed round. Name the largest desert in southern Africa. Clark, Joseph?
Sahara?
No. Coronado, Brandon?
The Namib.
No, it is the Kalahari. Next question. A jus ad bellum is the justification offered by a country to do, Clark, Lyle?
Go to war.
Yes. Tinea pedis is the medical name for what fungal infection associated with locker rooms? Coronado, Tim?
Athlete's foot.
Yes, sir. The governors of the Federal Reserve System are confirmed by what body? Clark, Lyle?
Senate.
Judges? Yes. Perlite is typically a hydrated form of what volcanic glass? Clark, Lyle?
Obsidian.
Yes. Here's a math question. We won't repeat it. In terms of pi, what is the area of a circle with a diameter of 6? And that is Coronado, Tim?
9 pi squared.
I don't think that's correct. No, sir. Clark, Ishan?
9 pi.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Okay, in 1783, the Montgolfier brothers launched the first manned flight in a hot air balloon from what European city? Clark, Ishan?
Paris.
Yes. The simplest covalent bond occurs in the diatomic molecule of what gas? Clark, Lyle?
Hydrogen gas.
Yes. What ocean current tends to cool the climate of the subtropical lowlands of Peru? Coronado, Brandon?
The Pacific Current.
No, sir. Clark, Lyle?
El Nino.
No, it is the Humboldt Current. Next, the dictatorship period in the history of what country was called the Porfiriato? Clark, Lyle?
Mexico.
Yes. What name is given to iambic pentameter verse that's unrhymed? Clark, Ishan?
Blank verse.
Yes. Next, rainwater has a slightly acidic pH due to a reaction with what substance in the atmosphere? Clark, Joseph?
Nitrogen?
No? Coronado, Tim?
Sulfur dioxide.
No, we're looking for carbon dioxide. Next, the Horn of Africa is a peninsula that juts hundreds of miles into what sea? Coronado, Tim?
Arabian.
Yes. Who became the richest man in the world when he sold his steel business? Coronado, Tim?
Carnegie.
Yes. What geometric solid can be considered a prism with an infinite number of faces? Clark, Lyle?
A cylinder.
Yes. The biblical Battle of Jericho is said to have taken place near what Middle Eastern river? Coronado, Brandon?
The Jordan.
Yes. Betsy DeVos recently sworn in as U.S. Secretary of what department? Clark, Lyle?
Department of Education.
Yes. What kind of pelagic fish have cartilaginous skeletons? Clark, Joseph?
Sharks.
Yes. What organ is affected by hepatitis and cirrhosis? Clark, Lyle?
The liver.
Yes. Whose presidential library is in Atlanta, Georgia? Clark, Lyle?
Clinton.
No? Coronado, Brandon?
Jimmy Carter.
Yes. What tiny country of the Eastern Pyrenees is landlocked? Coronado, Tim?
Andorra.
Yes. In acting, the clear and precise pronunciation of words is called what? Clark, Lyle?
Enunciation.
Yes. Give the term for the elevated mood of a patient with bipolar disorder. Coronado, Brandon?
Manic.
I think we can take that, yes. In a criminal trial in the United States, the defendant does not have any burden of what? Clark, Angelo?
Proof.
Yes. Here's a math question. 5 times the cube root of 7 plus 3 times the cube root of 7 equals, Clark, Lyle?
8 times the cube root of 7.
Yes. Next, in his last days in office, President Obama commuted most of the 35-year sentence of which army? Clark, Ishan?
Chelsea Manning.
Yes. What ancient city is the setting for the Broadway musical A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum? Coronado, Tim?
Rome.
Yep, that's a good show, too. What's the term for something yielded to an opponent during an argument? Coronado, Tim?
Concession.
Yes. In 1841, what South American country disputed the British delineation of the western, Clark, Lyle?
Argentina.
No, the western border of British Guiana. Coronado, Brandon?
Venezuela.
Yes. Name the special change of state that produces the distinctive, Coronado, Tim?
Sublimation.
Yes. We're out of questions. Let's find out who won. And our final score of the championship match of Varsity Quiz, Clark with 190 to Coronado's 115. Congratulations to Clark and to Coronado. And so, to present the trophy for the 48th season of Varsity Quiz, we have the president of the Kiwanis Club of Las Vegas, Dr. Ken Track. Take it away, Dr. Track.
How do you do? It gives me great pleasure as president of the Kiwanis Club of Las Vegas to present to Clark High School the Varsity Quiz Trophy.
All right, the captain, Lyle Carrera, the coach, Chuck Bean, and assistant principal from Clark High School, Jennifer Drum. We also wanted to give a shout out and congratulations to the team from Coronado. They did a great job all season long. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, we want to thank both teams for that excellent match, and congratulations to the 2016-17 Varsity Quiz champion. Now, while tonight's match does bring the competitive season to a close, Varsity Quiz itself is not over. We invite you to join us next Monday for the Varsity Quiz All-Star match. That's where superstars from all 14 of the competitive divisions are going to play for a lot of fun and maybe some bragging rights. Now, to add a little drama to the action next week, the All-Star match is also where we announce the winner of the coveted Howard Naylor Scholarship Award to the outstanding VQ player from throughout the season. We'll see you next Monday right here on Vegas PBS. Good night.